All right, let's start with a definition. A definition. I'll read it actually from my, do you see my composition book? Like,
I see that. That is cute.
I know the boys got it for me. Let's actually define what body acceptance is, because some people don't really understand or know. So body acceptance, the actual definition, is accepting one's body regardless of not being able to completely satisfied of all aspects of it.
Yeah.
I think I left out a word there, but not being completely satisfied with all aspects of it.
Yeah.
So in other words, meaning you are still accepting your body and loving your body, even though that there's parts or pieces of it that you're really not enjoying or liking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like accepting one's body regardless of being completely satisfied or not, and I think that's a big thing because our brains are always going to be like questioning ourselves. I think it's just human nature to constantly be like, this is wrong, whatever. And it's just like accepting that, like, flaws and all. I don't want to say flaws, but just like this is what's going on,
That's what's going on. And I think that I really started practicing body acceptance about 2 years ago because I was so big into body positivity, which I still am. I still do appreciate body positivity, which positivity is loving your bodies regardless of the size, shape, appearance, valuing health and functionality over just the appearance and everything. But I felt with the body positivity movement that I was actually lying to myself, and I felt so much guilt because I would be telling myself, like, I love my body. I love every single part of my body, and all my flaws are beautiful, and they're not flaws, and it's this and it's that. And it's just like, I felt like I was really lying to myself, but I felt like I was genuinely just not being fulfilled or fully happy with myself because in the inside, I was like, I freaking hate certain parts of my body. And then I would really be struggling with having to like those parts, and then also kind of competing with or battling the thoughts of like, why can I not like these parts? Like, are they that bad? I just can't like them. Do you know what I mean? So there was a lot of like internal conflict. And finally, when I got on to the whole body acceptance, it was like, no, you know what? You don't have to like X, Y, and Z about your body, but you still need to love yourself and respect yourself and respect your body and accept that this is just where you're at right now.
No, exactly. And that was the thing too. With me, I just felt like it wasn't realistic. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it is human nature to kind of pick yourself apart, especially in the world that we live in. And to me, as hard as I was like, oh, I like this, I love this, I love this, there was that voice inside my head. And I felt like, why am I doing this wrong? Like there's something wrong with me that I can't just be happy about it all the time. And it's like, no, because it's not realistic fully. You know what I mean? And I think it's great to give yourself affirmations and tell yourself great things about yourself. But also it is just accepting, it is being neutral about it. And I think that's much more realistic. And to know that there is going to be times where you are going to, have negative intrusive thoughts or things like that. And it's just, it doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you less strong as other people, because other people, if they're lying, if they're telling you that they're 100% positive with themselves all the time.
Every single day. And I think that just being in a body sometimes, like there's sometimes like your mind can shift with your body. Like one day I could wake up and I could be feeling fabulous and on top of the world. And then the next day it's like, something might be affecting my mental health and my mood, and I might just be completely thrown off, and my perspective is completely different on myself. And I think that accepting even that is important, because it's like every day I might have a different opinion because I'm an emotional roller coaster. I'm not going to just be like linear all the time and how I'm feeling about myself.
Exactly. And another thing too is that body acceptance is not just about your appearance. It is also about your bodily function too. Like with me, with having fibromyalgia and like chronic pain and chronic fatigue and like having a lot of issues within my body and the swelling, like the inflammation, you know what I mean? Like last week, for some random reason, my body was swelling to a point where I had to take off all the bracelets because it was cutting off circulation. My shoes wouldn't fit, socks wouldn't fit on my feet. Like, it was crazy. And there's days where like I'm in excruciating pain. And instead of me just constantly hating my body, not just in the appearance, but also in the lack of function or the less functionality that I do have, I'm channeling this insane hatred towards myself because it's sore. It's weaker than it used to be, you know? And I think I had to learn that I just have to accept it. You know what I mean? Like, and unfortunately, I've seen a million doctors, and the doctors had to start being like, Kyle, you know what? You need to see a therapist to learn to accept that this is the reality. You know, I'm sorry to say, like, they said, like, you've seen every specialist possible. You've done every test. We've done everything. You need to learn to accept this is the reality.
This point is also like, what is being negative on yourself and hating yourself going to do to help your situation right now? At this very moment, like when you're having like one of your flare-ups or you're in that much excruciating pain, like your body needs the love and care that it can get from you in order for you to like thrive. Like it's only going to do you better, your body better, to take care of it during that time and nurture it rather than just hating on it. And do you know what I mean? Like just hating on it and treating it with hate, right? Like for myself right now, in terms of functionality, like my fertility is just, we are just little infertile myrtle right now. Like we don't know what's fully going on. And it's my endometriosis, another type of endometriosis. I can't pronounce it right, but basically my endoline thing, it grows into my uterus. Like it's a whole thing, as well as PCOS. Like there's all kinds of things right now. And when I found out about my infertility stuff, like I said, I was so angry, but now I've just had to accept, like, you know what? Like this is where your body's at right now. And outside of the things that like, you know, you can do for yourself, you can't control that. And I think that I'm completely like barren and I'm not going to have a child. No, I think that once my body can fix a couple of these things, I think I'll be fine. But I've had to accept that right now, like you're infertile, like you're not able to carry a child. And I think that I just have to accept that. Otherwise, I'm going to spiral and I'm going to go into a place of self-hate and I'm going to hate my body. And that is the last thing that it needs right now. Right now, she needs like all the love and care and nutrients and everything. Like if I want to help my fertility, I need to like love myself a little bit. You know what I mean? And not just by saying I love myself, but showing my body that like I care for it, like providing nutrients, you know, the medications, doing all the things that I can do for it right now.
No, exactly. And that's, and not that things are that simple, but that is one of those things sometimes where like people will struggle with fertility for so long. And then as soon as they like stop worrying about it, as soon as they stop stressing about it, they give up on it. They go on vacation. They're loving themselves. They're having a great time. Something happens. You know what I mean? And not that happens to everybody, but I'm just saying it is that like,
No, but
the act of hating it and the act of being so angry and stressed and concerned doesn't help the situation.
or what? And I feel like that's also a big part of mine right now. And that's what my mom has said. She's like, you are so focused on it. And like, you have to know, like my mom had me at 16. So like, you know, she was like, you're so focused on it. And like, she's like, I know that once you just like get out of your head and your body isn't so tense thinking about it, you're not carrying that. She's like, you're going to be fine. So, but again, it's just accepting like, this is just where I'm at right now.
Yes. And I will always, and I told you a million times, obviously I do hair. I work in a career where I am around women a lot, and a lot of times successful women that's, you know, having kids in their 30s or not when they're in their early 20s. And I have been with so many women through fertility issues, and I have seen more success stories and more happy endings in ways that people didn't expect, you know? And I think, so I always try to like give you hope that like I've seen so many people go through the struggle and come out on the other end, you know, with the happy ending, and in a way that no one expected, but in a way that it happens.
No, we're staying positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Then
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go in on that. I feel so there's so many people out here having kids on drugs and doing terrible. I don't know. I'm gonna cry because like I'm just saying it sucks for people that have loving, great homes to provide, and there's people just having kids in prison.